Good day, good day, good day, everyone. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa. SIP stands for Spirit in Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. So I am a interfaith minister, spiritual life coach, supporting people in transforming their lives. Yes, 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 yes. So, welcome to today's show. I am happy to be with you all today as we continue our series, Eternity. Eternity. So, good day, good day, good day. So, as I've shared, but if you missed the beginning of this series, I was inspired I was inspired by a movie that will be released tomorrow. It's going to be, I think, a limited release tomorrow. And then it's a nationwide release on November 26th called Eternity. Eternity. And it stars Elizabeth Olsen, who I just love. I love her. And the movie is a love triangle, but it's so much more than that. And so the parts of the movie, like the other plots to the movie that really resonated with me was this idea about happiness. And one of the things that happens in the movie, and I'm not giving away anything big here, is that when you make your transition, you become the age that you were your happiest. So it just immediately happens. It's not like someone's doing intake and it's like, okay, so when do you think you were at your happiest? It's not like that. It's just instantly you are the age you were at your happiest. And so that sparked the question, what age would that be? What age would that be for me at my happiest? What age would it be for you at your happiest? And sitting with that question initially brought up some sadness for me that I have been just being with, just holding close and giving love to. And it also sparked my curiosity about the notion of happiness, because happiness is not one of those words that's my word, right? Like, so today I said, I'm so happy to be with you all, right? And I am. And so the way that I relate with happiness is different from the way that I relate with joy. And so we talked a little bit about that yesterday when I shared some wisdom from the Dalai Lama in his book, The Art of Happiness. And so, although he calls it happiness, what he calls happiness, I call joy. And the way that he describes happiness is the way that I would describe joy. And so, in essence, happiness is external, it's a response to external events. Joy is a state of being. It's a state of being. It is a expression. It is a embodiment. So that's the distinction that I make between the two. And I still feel like I'm in alignment with the Dalai Lama because he refers to it. Let me see if I could find it again. He refers to it as training the mind, right? Training the mind by bringing about a certain inner discipline, we can undergo a transformation of attitude, our entire outlook and approach to life. So happiness is something that we can cultivate. Joy, and this is Red Melissa's view about this. Joy is who I am. It's my state of beingness. You can also cultivate that state of beingness within yourself. But what I'm saying is, it's not something that is externally, it's not an effect. How about that? Joy for me is cause, happiness is effect. That's the best way I could put it. So for you, if you were to be the age you were at your happiest, and so what that means for me as I sit with it more and more in the context of the external, there would be many ages for me that I experience happiness. What the happy is out of all of those external experiences, out of all of those conditions, what age was I happiest? I have no idea. I have no idea. And it would just be really interesting to be on that train and it happens, right? That transformation happens and you're at that age. So moving on from that, today I wanted to explore, and I think I brought this up as well, about this notion of eternity. Eternity. And we know that eternity has no beginning and no end. It's infinite. It's infinite. And so we are in eternity now. We are in eternity now because eternity has no beginning and no end. So this life that we are living, just as we have lived, if you believe in reincarnation, many lives before, then this is a part of it. Now we experience it in different forms. This time around, we get to experience eternity in human form, right? Next time, we might experience eternity as an elephant. We might experience eternity as our soul self, right? We get to experience eternity. We don't wait for it. And that was one of the points of the movie, because when you make your transition, you get to choose which eternity you want to spend eternity in. And it's hilarious, their representations of all the different eternities there are, right? And you get to choose, and whatever you choose, that's it. You can't come back and say, oh, I don't like that one. Can I go here? If you come back and they catch you, you will spend eternity in the void. And nobody wants to spend eternity in the void. But guess what? Some people are alive, living this life in human form and living in a void, living disconnected from life, living in a void. So our invitation is to not delay our happiness or joy for some other time, because our eternity is now. Our eternity is now. So do you believe that now is eternity? And I'm not speaking from a religious lens. I'm speaking from our metaphysical, universal sense of expansiveness. From that place, do you believe eternity is now? I would love to know your thoughts about this. Because for me, it's very exciting. So I moved through like the stages of the sadness that I was feeling. And on the other side of that, for me, I was met with excitement. I was met with like this renewal, right? Feeling refreshed because now is eternity. Now is all that we have. This present time and space. Eternity is timeless and spaceless. However, contained within that timelessness, we are. We are. So, how are you living in your eternal now? If this is your eternity, and I'm claiming it is for myself, because it's a continuum, it shifts, it transforms, right? So, if this is your eternity now, how are you living in it? Are you living it fully? Are you embracing it? Are you embodying all the aspects of who you truly are? That's the invitation. And we don't have to wait to do so. We don't have to wait for anything to do so. We don't have to delay our eternity because now is eternity. And that makes me feel so happy. So I did want to share, let me see if I want to share something from The Art of Happiness by the Dalai Lama. And I was talking to one of my girlfriends about this last night. And I went to check to see when this was written. It was written in 1998. And I'm curious if the Dalai Lama and his co-writer, who's a psychiatrist, would express happiness using the word joy instead now. Just curious about that. One of the things that he writes is this: happiness is determined more by one's state of mind than by external events. So, same, right? Joy is determined by internal events, not external events. All right. I don't need to belabor that. Just want to share that. So those are the questions that we are sitting with. Do you believe this is your eternity now? An aspect of that continuum is now. Do you believe that? And if you do or if you don't delay your eternity because it's here with us, within you right now. All right. So let's get into some joy news. So this Sunday, we will be in person. And by we, I mean Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living, where I am the spiritual leader. And this Sunday, the third Sunday of the month, we have our collaborative Sunday celebration service with the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Rockland. And this Sunday is our special giving thanks service where we create an altar of gratitude for people, pets, experiences that we've had in this life that we would like to express. So if you are joining us in person on Zoom or Facebook, have a symbol of gratitude. You can have a photo of that which you are grateful for, a person, a pet, or experience, and we will create in person a altar. You can create an altar for yourself if you're joining us on Zoom or on Facebook, or you could do both, right? If you're in person, when you get home, you could create an altar for yourself of gratitude. So that's what we're doing on Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time at Unitarian Universalist, which is in Pomona, New York. You could go to rocklandcsl.org for the Zoom link. It's a special UUCR Zoom link that you will find under Sunday services. Again, please join us in person. The information is also on our website. All right. So that is all the joy news that I have to share with you today. I shared the seeds that I am dropping in your consciousness is to prepare for the 30-day mental diet, our annual journey through Willis Kinnear's 30-day mental diet. January, we will be going through the 30-day mental diet with a surprise. So, planting that seed. If you don't have the book, get it now so you'll be ready in January. Okay? All right, y'all. So, peace and blessings, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. We will wrap up the Eternity series. I would love to know how this is resonating with you and if it sparked any questions for you. Peace and blessings. Live life in joy, connected to your yes.